Why mega projects always fail? What we can do to fix them? Traditionally, mega projects are broken down into smaller and manageable projects. The runner of every project would effectively plan for scope, cost, schedule, quality, and so on. However, partial focus would be given to manage the risk comprehensively. So Project Lambda will shed the light in how to manage risk, which eventually leads your project to the uppermost success. My name is Murtada Al-Buali, a BMB certified and holding a master degree in management engineering. During my study, I have conducted some researches in risk management in different industries. I'm the founder of the Project Lambda series, which aims to share knowledge in project management. Let's start with the risk management by facts. There is a growing number of chief risk officers reporting directly to the CEO. According to Deloitte survey, 62% of firms have an enterprise risk management program. Over 1/3 of organizations do not conduct formal assessment of risks. McKinsey also published a report that shows the direct value losses due to undermanagement of risks for today's mega project may exceed 1.5 trillion USD in the next 5 years. So, what is risk? A risk is an uncertain event. If it occurs, it will impact the project positively or negatively. Next concept is the risk threshold. It is an acceptable risk exposure and variation around the project objective. For example, what maximum cost impact that the company could afford. Next will be the risk classification. We can use the risk breakdown structure. We need to break down risk into business risk, environmental risk, cost risk, logistic risk. This classification depends on the nature of industry that you are working in. Here we have the prompt list. It is a predetermined list of risk classification from previous project. So if you are doing a typical project that are repetitive, it's better to count all risk in the prompt list. Next, we will be talking about analysis. So the risk analysis, one part is the qualitative risk analysis. In the left side, you will see the risk matrix heat map where we have the likelihood and consequence. So suppose that we have a one risk and the likelihood that the risk will occur is 3 and the consequences of this risk if it occurs it is 4. So 3 multiplied by 4 we will have 12. So 12 it is in the yellow class. Moving to the right side, we will have the risk rating where we have the risk 12, it is medium in the yellow class. The other type of risk analysis is the quantitative analysis. For example, we will be using the decision tree analysis. It is the expected monetary value, the likelihood multiplied by the consequence. Suppose that we have a company and the company need to decide either to buy a product or to make a product or equipment. So now we will be moving to the chance mode. So we will have 2 roads. The first one will be on time and the second one will be delayed. So we will have 70% chance that the product will be on time with a positive profit 10 million. The other roads we will have 30% chance that the product will be delayed with a negative impact minus 5 million. If the company decided to buy this product from supplier, we will have for the first route 80% chance that the product will be delivered on time with a positive profit 8 million. In the other route, we will have 20% chance that the product will deliver late with a negative impact with minus 2 million. Now we will calculate the equation. So the expected monetary value equal 70% multiplied by the 10 million plus 30% multiplied by the minus 5 million, which is equal 5.5 million. For the other node, we will do the same calculation and we will have the EMV equal to 5.2 million. Comparing the two results, we will select the highest value, the highest positive value. So here we have the 5.5 million, which is greater than the 5.2. So the company needs to decide to make this product or make this equipment for a better profit. Risk actions. We have a positive risk and we have a negative risks, and both have different type of actions. So let us start with the positive risk. The first action is to escalate. We can notify the top management. The other option, we can exploit. We act to support the opportunity, use new technology, for example. We can share the risk to third party, for example, the joint venture. We can enhance the risk, increase the probability of occurrence. For instance, we can add more resources. And the last options we have is to accept no proactive action. We just need to keep an eye on the risk. In the right side, we have the negative risks. So the first action is to escalate. This is the same, we can notify the top management. The second option is to avoid. So we need to act to eliminate the risk. For example, we can extend the schedule. We can transfer the risk to third party, for example, to insurance. We can mitigate this risk by reducing the probability of occurrence. For example, we can select less complex system. The last option here is to accept the risk and no need to do any proactive action. Risk register. So after identifying and analyzing the risk, we need to develop a risk registers that contain the following. It should contain the risk number, risk title, risk description, risk classification, risk likelihood, risk consequences, risk triggers, risk date, risk owner, risk actions, and secondary risks. So the secondary risk may be coming from the actions that we are implementing to avoid, mitigate any of the risks from previous actions. So we need to take care of them. Also, we need to consider a contingency reserve. It is a budget for the risk. So if the risk occurs, we have a budget for that risk. We have just wrapped a talk about risk management. What would happen to these mega projects if the risks were managed effectively? What type of risks that you are facing in your industry? Project Lambda is your passageway to transform project objectives into reality.